Hey there, in this episode, Robach and I work our butts off to throw a party that we then weren't allowed to attend. Also, acclaimed actors are being punched in the face on the streets of New York. Also, Rhodes is now recruiting vampires for her beauty regimen. I was tricked into going to the theater to see a rom-com, and we have got our hands on the list of things women want men to understand about them. That's all in this episode of Amy and TJ. Rhodes here next to me. We're going to end with the list, but I'll start. What would be the one thing you would say you want women, you think women want men to know and understand about them? You can make it personal if you want.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's so much easier. Men think we're so complex, but actually we just want to feel safe and we want to feel love. Like we want to be shown love. We want to know that we're safe. And that, I think those go together. But it's really as simple as that. If those two things are there, everything else is easy. Everything else is great.
So y'all are not complex.
I don't think we are.
Wow. I didn't think you would say that. Y'all are simple creatures that we have. We are too stupid even to understand the simplest of things.
I wasn't trying to insult men with that.
Oh, no. But we felt it still.
I think that
as subtle as it was.
I think men overthink things sometimes.
Kind of like now?
Which is what I'm doing right now. No, but it wasn't meant as an insult.
No, it's a fun list that Andy, our producer, found. He sent us. We're going to get into that here in just a few minutes. But I said this on the train, and I meant it. I'll say it here. You are your best self today. You are as delightful and upbeat and positive and pleasant and cute and bouncy, and your style, everything today. You got up in a really good way, and you are just wonderful today.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I will say that we have had a wonderful last few weeks. Like just, when you are in a relationship and it's just great. Like you haven't had any bump. I'm going to jinx us right now. Damn it. But we have just had a really good stretch of just loveliness. Like it's just been fun. It's been sweet. It's been supportive. It's just been really good. So I think that has created or contributed to my mood.
I wanted you to finish that statement. You said, you like talking to the listener. When you're in a relationship and everything's going just great. Really? You probably lost a lot of people right there.
Well, no matter where you are, you remember a time when it was like that. It doesn't last. We all know it. It comes and goes. It comes and goes.
What does that mean?
Everyone has moments where it's tough.
Yeah.
But you can reflect back. I think anyone who's been in a relationship knows when you're in that little stretch and there are multiple stretches and they can last for a long time, but it creates this unbridled joy in you.
Well, you were on stride then, because I'm serious. I said it to you on the show. I mean it. You were just this wonderful little ball of joy right now. Like even normally, on our commute here, you would, I don't know, maybe you do a little trash talking and making fun of something you see, or say a little something like, I am my way, not being nasty, but just being a New Yorker.
Yeah.
Like nothing can faze you right now. You have
true.
just been great.
I feel very joyful.
You were so joyful. I'm not even doing what I normally do, because you and I are friends. We still give each other a hard time. Obviously, she is in too much of a good mood. I'm not even gonna mess with this.
I'm not even gonna poke her a little.
Not a little, but it's great. It was fun to see, and we got a full day planned. So looking forward to that. But we did, to your point, that one of the big events we've been working on for weeks, really, is an 18-year-old's birthday party that finally went off without a hitch, I think we could say, on Friday.
Yes, Annalise turned 18, and we were talking about this in the last podcast. I'm at a point now where no big birthday bashes are being created in the sense where I'm not spending tons of money. I'm not going and renting out venues and doing all this stuff. It's like, keep it at home, nice and simple. But then that does create a lot of work. So she had some of her favorite people over, and we were allowed to attend until we were told to please leave. At 10 p.m., I think she was like, Mom, you said you were going to leave earlier. She just was really waiting for us to go.
Okay. Given the position I have, I didn't feel it was appropriate to say, and at least I paid for this party. I didn't think that was right. But we did have, again, certainly the party was Friday, but Thursday, we were bouncing all around a rainy, cold New York, dragging gifts and balloons. We were those idiots, yes.
You had so many balloons, and it was raining, and it was it was just like of all the days, it was raining and cold, and yes, we had balloons and cakes, a big cake. We had gifts, we had party favors, all the things we were just talking about, actually hilariously in the last episode.
You know what? And if you don't know, maybe this is new to me, maybe everybody else understands. Party City is like TJ Maxx. Like, you can't go in there for one thing and just walk out with that one thing. Party City is, I didn't know.
We went in there for one thing.
Oh, yeah.
I thought I was going to be able to put that thing in my purse.
Yes.
We walked out with three
bags.
Huge, heavy bags. We were like, how did this happen? But all of a sudden, I needed everything in the store to make the party better.
Sabine got stuff. It's not even her birthday.
You were like, I got to get this for Sabine. She's going to love this. It really was. Like, Target's the same way. You go in for dish soap, and you come back with 7 bags filled with like $500 worth of things that you didn't actually need. So that happened at Party City for us on, that was Friday, right? It was like
Thursday. Yeah. Oh yeah, Thursday, Friday was a party. Yes, I got the days mixed up. Yes, Friday was the party.
Because we were working Thursday and Friday on the party.
My goodness.
But it went off without a hitch, and we were watching the Knicks game in the adjacent room. I mean, it's all kind of one big room, and then at one point we had half the party over with us watching the game, and I think that's when Annalise was like, "Mom, can you please go?" Like, we had stolen half her party to watch the game. Some of the guys started coming over, and then the girls came over, and it was funny. And
okay, I didn't think about it that way, but we weren't trying to, and we weren't engaging. We just had something else going on, and we were cool enough that they didn't mind hanging out with us.
Right,
so,
exactly. And that's when Annalise decided that was not cool at all, and she wanted us to leave.
But it was fun, and we had a guest on last week, Rachel Gibbs, I think is the name, who did the Fiverr birthday party that got so much attention. But in that theme, in that vein of birthday parties, it was on our mind. But this is cool to see. She's an adult now, legally, officially, and just kind of cool to be there to see her. I know most of her friends and at least know the names, and to see it all come together and her have a good time and to play a role in it was fun.
And I thanked you, but I'll thank you again here profusely that you were so sweet and so supportive. And one of my favorite parts of that day was in the hours leading up to the party. It was also her last day of school, so it was a very emotional day all around. She turned 18 on the day her high school, her entire actual, school career was over. And so there was some reminiscing, and she sat on the couch with us, and we were looking at videos of her as a baby, and it was so sweet. You were there with us looking at the videos, and it was a really sweet moment. I really appreciate that.
But thank you all. That was fun. This turned into now, of course, a lot of people, Mother's Day, that they're just getting past. And I don't know how you feel about it. Sometimes it feels you should honor your mother 365 days a year, right? But this is a special day for moms. And when we got up that morning, you almost snapped at me when I was like, "Hey, babe, what do you want to do? This is your day." You're like, "I don't want that pressure. I don't want to do anything." Okay. I asked you probably 7 times.
You did. That's probably when I snapped, because like the first 6 times I was like, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. And then I was like, I don't know. I don't want the pressure. I don't know what I want to do.
And then this is what she does, y'all. She turned that around and used it against me later. Because Annalise and Robes wanted to go see a movie, and they wanted me to go along for this movie. And I didn't necessarily want to see it. I'm like, "Hey, you and Annalise, have a girls' day. Mom, daughter, do your thing. It's all good. And plus, I don't really want to see the movie." What did you tell me?
I said, "Well, I thought you said this was my day."
Yeah.
And I want you to be there. This isn't boyfriend day. This isn't daughter day. This is mom's day. And I want you there. And so you came.
You flipped it really fast. But the movie it's Fall Guy. Ryan Gosling, Emily Blunt. Wonderful. Both of these. I love both of them. And I have a very special place in my heart for Emily Blunt. So to see them on screen is one thing. But after a little while, I started recognizing some things about the movie.
Yes. So I sold it to you and I truly did believe it was kind of an action comedy, right? Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, certain formulas started appearing and evolving, and you turned to me, and this was my favorite part of the whole movie, and you looked at me and you said, "Is this a rom-com?" And I whispered it to Annalise, and we both just started laughing. And I was like, "I actually think it is." Whoops. Sorry.
You knew what you were doing.
I didn't know it was a rom-com. I knew there might have been some romance between Emily Blunt and Ryan Gosling. And there were some funny moments, and there were some action. Like, it wasn't just your stereotypical, this wasn't Notting Hill.
What's that? What are we doing?
This wasn't Love Actually. I mean, there was some stuff in there for guys, wouldn't you say?
Well, it is. I end up looking up afterwards, and they describe it as an action-adventure romantic comedy. They do. So there are just a few action sequences, but this is absolutely a romantic comedy. Start to finish, this is all about two people overcoming whatever to try to be together in the end. Yes, it was the exact formula. There were some lines at the end. I actually got up and went to the restroom in the climax of the movie.
Because you knew how it was going to end.
I knew what was happening.
You're like, let me guess, when I come back, they're going to be together. That's true. I would just argue that this is a blended genre.
Yes, that's no question about it. No question about it.
But you were a good sport, but it was funny because it was like it all dawned on you in one moment, and you just looked at me with this, oh my God, have you brought me to a rom-com? And that was your Mother's Day gift to me, so thank you.
You are welcome, my dear lady. The other thing we mentioned, it sounded crazy that why would vampires have anything to do with your beauty regimen? I'm a little confused, but I do have a better understanding now. But you went recently, and some people will know exactly what it is when you say it. I didn't. So what's it colloquially? What is it called?
It's called a vampire facial, and they've actually been in the news recently because apparently there was a place out west that was using needles, like wasn't doing what they were supposed to be doing, and several people contracted HIV. So this all happened actually in the middle of between when I made the appointment and when I actually then went to the appointment. But I knew I was going to a reputable place and I wasn't worried about it.
And we should say that this is a mainstream type of procedure. I say procedure, whatever it is. That just happened to be a bad. It had nothing to do with the actual. There's no harm necessarily in. They're saying in what this is. It's just how someone decided to do it and they weren't sanitary.
Correct. Anything you do invasively is absolutely going to have to be held to the highest standard of hygiene, because otherwise, yes, you could be introducing whatever into your body or into your bloodstream. But this is a thing where they actually take blood from you and then they put it in this spinner and they spin your platelets, I guess, and it's supposed to like rejuvenate and repair.
I heard you.
Platelets.
I heard you struggle with platelets.
It's like plasma,
I was
something
let it
platelets.
go.
I don't know. It's called. Oh my God, I'm so frazzled right now. PRP, but I don't know what the
PRP stand
one's
for?
Plasma, one's platelets. I don't know.
But that's why they call it the vampire facial.
Yes, because they're actually re-injecting your blood.
Where'd they take the blood?
Out of my arm, just as if you went to go get blood work done at the doctor.
One vial.
Wow. So it wasn't bad. But I had never done it before.
Okay.
It was just suggested to me, and just to rejuvenate.
Okay,
basically.
so how they spin the blood around and immediately start the procedure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Platelet-rich plasma. That's what they put back into your face. But it was funny because we had a meeting later that afternoon.
Uh-huh.
This was late last week, and I asked the anesthetician. I said, I'm going to be a little swollen. She's like, yeah, but just for a couple hours, you'll be fine by 4. Couple hours. It was like 3 hours, she said. 3 days later, I'm finally not swollen.
It was rough.
There was a point where you're like, should we go out anywhere in the city this weekend? I'm thinking no.
Let's go late. Let's make it really late.
It wasn't that bad. Okay, I'll let you say.
I was big spoon for those 3 days. There was no face-to-face cuddling.
Maybe let's keep the lights down low.
Have we talked about the other one where you came out looking like a car accident? Yes. That was rough.
Look, I think a lot of women who are of my age, and I will say I started getting Botox when I was 32. So I always kind of looked at this as just as minimally invasive procedures that I could do. And they're annoying and you have to do them a lot. But I just want to do small little things that help me age a little less harshly. That's all. I don't want to change how I look, and I don't. And to each his own. But for me, it's a lot of maintenance. So you've seen me, yes.
Well, okay.
Make several appointments.
What's the one? The fracking.
Fraxel. Fracking is what we do to the earth.
Yes.
Not to my face.
But when you hear about what you do to your face, fracking might be less invasive.
Going on. Oh my goodness.
Fraxel. Okay.
Fraxel.
Is that the one where a couple days you're like peeling
you
off.
peel.
Okay,
yes,
that one's
yes.
rough.
Yeah, that one's rough.
That one's rough.
That's something you need a week off of work from.
Yes,
to
okay.
actually do correctly.
And you only have to do that one how often?
Well, I've only done that twice in my life.
But they say you're supposed to do it.
Like, I don't know, once every couple of years. What you do in between is called Clear and Brilliant, and it's kind of like baby Fraxel. And so that's a little, like, you look a little rough and you still peel, but it's not crazy.
Give me the thermoflage.
There's thermage. That's super painful.
That was close.
Thermage. What did you call it?
Nothing. That's what I said.
Thermage, Fraxel. Now there's vampire.
This
facial,
thing,
Botox.
when you were messed up over.
That was when they, I forgot what that was called. That was when it was all about stimulating collagen. It was with some sort of acid. Yeah, and I bruised a lot.
Yeah, apparently that procedure is just you go in and the doctor punches you in the face repeatedly.
That is what it looks like.
Man, that was a week long. That was bad.
But
baby.
and to your point, you're laughing because you say to me, "How do you look any different?" But that's the way I want it to be. I don't want to look different. I just want to have these little small things that just incrementally help you age a little bit more gracefully. Well, I don't want to change anything. So I actually feel like because you are scratching your head, like I just really don't even see what looks different. To me, that's a good thing. That's a win. Well, after the bruising,
okay,
the swelling goes
I'm not
away.
expecting you to be completely altered. Like unrecognizable.
No, but sometimes some of these procedures, you're trying to look different. I'm not trying to look different. I'm just trying to help my skin look as best as it can.
You look great, baby.
Yeah, in between the swelling and the bruising. Thanks for being a good sport about it.
I have to be. What are the choices?
You kind of don't really have a choice. I actually would just want to say you're welcome.
Did I stay at my place more during any of that?
No,
I didn't,
you
did I?
did not.
Okay.
No.
Big spoon.
Big spoon.
I'm going to be Big spoon. The other thing, this is, you and I, we were adrift in, I say that like everybody knows what that is, but we were sitting at a restaurant we love that's along our running path. And we're sitting there having a good time, great day, and we look up and there's a plane flying with a banner behind it.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know exactly what it says. I can't remember exactly, but this is pretty close.
It said something like, "If you indict, we will unite." MAGA. And it was just flying around the city ominously on a very beautiful day, actually.
And you say that the right way, ominously. And some people take offense to that. Why is that ominous? It seemed that it felt like some kind of a warning.
Yes.
If it was I can't remember the language, but the language is as such in there that we like, whoa.
If you do this, this will happen. And I don't know what that means, but it felt a little ominous. That's all. And to have the plane buzzing and just circling and circling. I don't know. There was something about it that just felt, and we know here in the city, and we're not going to get into the politics of any of this, but Trump is on trial here down close to where we live, downtown New York City, and it's just the energy, the tension, the traffic, everything, and there's just protests throughout the city, obviously, for what's happening in the Middle East as well. So in the city, it's felt different. It's felt darker. It's felt, I don't want to say threatening, but like there's the water's boiling, and you worry about what is going to happen, if not this summer with the outcome of the trial, or even with the election that's looming this fall. Yeah. Everything has felt a little bit ominous. I don't know if other New Yorkers have felt the same way, but it has felt like that.
It is, and it feels that way because there are, the other part of it, there's so many police vehicles. There's sirens constantly because they're moving Trump around town, essentially. Yeah. And we planned to ride up today. We were going to hop on the motorcycle, take a ride up to the studio. We started looking around at traffic, and they don't announce some of the closures. They just close them when they want to on some of the streets because they have to maneuver him around. And that's just, with the protests on campus, their protests on the streets, it's just something. Maybe it's just New York, and I don't know, maybe it feels heavier for some reason now, and this is New York, and maybe it's always like this. But the other thing that got us thinking about this was Steve Buscemi, the acclaimed actor from Boardwalk Empire. You know him well. You probably love his work. He is unreal, but why is he walking around Kips Bay in New York last week? Somebody just punches him in the face.
Yeah.
Just punches him randomly, broad daylight, in the face.
And he needed medical attention. It wasn't just a little slap. He had a bloody eye, and I mean, it was real. It was very scary.
So in recent months, we've had a series, and it's been women almost exclusively, I believe, these random attacks in New York, and somebody just runs up to somebody, a woman oftentimes broad daylight, punches her in the face. And some arrests have been made, but it's just, it's another one of those things to where you're walking around the city sometimes already with your head on a swivel. And then this is all happening. It just feels, and now the season, you're trying now because the sun's coming out and New York is just wonderful. Then spring comes and then there's some kind of weird pall over the city.
Yeah, and we were just in Soho with Sabine, and a few days later, in again a beautiful 75-degree sunny day in New York City, a young man, a 16-year-old, is shot in the head right outside of school, and we were just there. And Annalise, my daughter, it was all the talk, obviously, among the high schoolers because it was right near one of her friends' schools, and it's just, it feels like there's just been a confluence of events that are, I don't know, just giving us some pause and just another reminder to just be aware and just to be, again, we've said this a lot, but just to be kind but also just to have each other's backs.
Yeah. And it is helping to get the, like a 70-degree sunny day in New York. It's just, it changes everything, changes moods. And so New York has made it through everything.
Pretty much.
Whatever
almost,
happens this time around, New York will make it.
We had to explain our matching outfits though to Emma and Andy when we came to the studio. We were all biked up. We had our leather jackets on and our riding boots and they're like, "Wow, you guys look like we walked off the set of Grease or something." And we're like, "Actually, there's a reason. We were totally going to ride up on the motorcycle and thought otherwise with the traffic."
Better shape up.
'Cause I need a man.
There it is. It doesn't take much.
Tell me about it, stud.
Oh, see? Just give her a little. We have our hands on a list. We didn't get our hands on it, but our wonderful producer, Andy, has his hands on it. But, Andy, you said it came from, I think it was Reddit. But tell me the name of the list again.
So the name of the list is, these are the things that women want men to know about them.
Okay. We haven't gone through the list, but we love when he does this with us because we end up learning something about ourselves, learning something about our relationship. I think a lot of other folks might too, but you're always curious to know what other people think. So things that women wish we knew about them. What was the one you gave me at the top? You told me you wish. Oh, you think you're not as complex as we think you are. We make it.
Yes, I wish you knew that. I mean, I wish men just. It actually doesn't take much to make us happy. That was kind of my point.
You sure about that?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Hold that list for just a second, Andy. Sweetheart. It's so easy to make you all happy by just simply doing exactly what you tell us to do.
Oh my God. Yep, there you go with that. Yep, if you listen, we'll tell you what we want.
Folks,
over and over and over again.
Oh, because we don't get it.
I don't think you want to get it. You're like, yada, yada, yada. It's called selective hearing,
Can't we just
right?
be different?
Yes, you can.
Or we just, I played this clip for you before we left.
You did.
Sometimes it's emotion. Sometimes we don't take into account emotions have to do in your storytelling, what you think, what you want at the time. And we don't factor that in sometimes.
So it's kind of what I was saying. It's how we feel, right? We're emotional, as you put it, and we are completely. And so to feel loved is to feel safe, and then to feel happy, like to be able to express how. But it's about our feelings. Like it's less about the logistics or the logic or the, It's not black and white. It's just it's the feeling. It's
sounds complex, doesn't it, Andy? You hear this answer?
Yeah.
Okay.
It actually ties in really well with one of the things.
All right, you take us away, Andy, on the list.
It says, something that this person learned from their wife of 19 years was to be an active listener. We guys can sum up our day in 2 sentences or less. Give her 90 minutes.
That is so true. Because I just want to tell you all the details and how I felt along the way.
Now, do you find, is it the understanding that most times men don't often have the patience for it? It's not that they don't maybe love the woman that they're with. It's just, is that really a matter of a difference in men and women? And
well, I think you would have to tell me that, because I think women, when we talk, you hear me talking with my friends or my mom or my daughters, and you're like, oh, yeah, you have to walk out of the room. It's just the details are just like burying you with details and feelings. And so I do think, but yes, I would believe is probably true.
Active listening is a big deal. I've learned that, and it helped me it helps in our jobs. When you interview someone, you could miss the most important thing if you're thinking about your next question instead of listening to their current answer. You're gonna make a mistake. So, fellas out there, that's my recommendation. Treat her like she's an interviewee. I'm kidding, obviously.
Hey, I mean, sometimes strategy like that is good, and then you put it into practice, and then all of a sudden it's not something you even have to think about.
How do we do on that then, you and I?
You actually, in a way, I think, listen too intently, and then I'm like, damn, why? And then you can bring it back up like 2 weeks later, like, well, you did say, no, you listen really well, almost too well, I would argue.
Okay, so now you need me to back it off. Trying to thread the needle here, Emma. Trying to thread the needle.
I told you, we're very simple.
You're very simple. What's else on the list?
More often than not, women like to have a little rant. They're not looking for solutions.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We don't need you to fix it necessarily, unless we ask you to.
Unless you ask us to. And when you ask, you damn sure better get it fixed and fixed fast. Now that I do get, but it's so hard for us to reprogram ourselves out of that because we are solution oriented. Here's the problem. Here's the solution. Let's fix it. And so, yeah, that is, you have to train ourselves. Okay, wait, you got a problem with who we work? All right, what are we going to do? All right, just call her. Send her an email. You can't handle it tomorrow? That's us. You all just need to hear us. No, you don't understand. She was wearing the same color I was wearing on the day she knows I wear that color. Like, we don't.
Sometimes we just want you to say, yeah, that must have been hard.
Okay.
And that's it.
I have learned that with you. Because you will talk. And I will listen. I don't necessarily have anything to contribute, but you want to know that I was listening.
Yes, I do.
So I have got some go-tos.
Because I told you, I was like, sometimes when you don't respond to what I just told you, it hurts my feelings. Yeah. So then now you do what? Or
I see.
Exactly.
Works as well.
So it doesn't necessarily make me feel better, but that does make me laugh, and then I'm fine.
But here's the thing. I do it on everything now, y'all. So you could just say, man, it is hot out here. I feel it too. It doesn't matter.
Because before I would say like, oh my God, look at that building right there. It looks so cool. And you just wouldn't respond. I was like, can you say something? So now
I give you something.
Wow.
Tall
Indeed.
building. Indeed. I love Indeed. Indeed's a good one.
Indeed. Or absolutely. And then I know that I'm talking too much.
Okay. Maybe we failed on that one. What else you got, Andy?
Another one that women want men to know is that we are beyond annoyed when men yell at traffic or go on and on yelling at the television during sports. The only person who can hear you yelling is us, and we hate it. Keep that shit to a minimum, and then, if you must, continue your pointless rant in your head.
So I have to give TJ complete props on this. You do not do it, and it is remarkable. And I have noted it and noticed it and been kind of like, I'm amazed by it. You might be one of the only men I have ever met who does not do any of those things. You do not. You do not lose your cool. You do not rant at, I'm the one who will yell at traffic.
Oh, yes.
I know, and I need to do better at that.
What was the last part of that? Did it say?
It said,
no one can hear you. What was that you said?
It says, keep it to a minimum, and then if you must, continue your rant in your head.
Okay. I wrote that to you.
Yes, I would agree. That would apply more to me than to you.
Man,
I agree with you.
The traffic. Whew,
I get hot.
it's rough.
I know.
Okay, it's rough.
I need to do better.
What?
That's funny. That was me, not you. You're
But
right.
the TV, it's how much. This is how you know you've been yelling at the TV too much. When you just all of a sudden look up and go, oh, because I have paused the show because I can't hear a damn thing on it because you've been talking the whole time.
It's not necessarily a rant. I'm just like, I'm announcing all the things I'm observing while I'm watching. And then you will pause it. Like, are you done?
But you're ranting about She doesn't even like him. He was just over there with the blonde 2 days ago. Now he's all up in her. I'm like, what happened? Okay. Yes, that's you. That's ranting.
True. That is true.
All right.
Okay.
Wow, we're not doing so good on this list,
Wow.
Andy.
The next one is women are all different people. So if you know something about one woman, do not automatically assume that to be true for all women.
Maybe all women aren't emotional, TJ.
Yeah, she's out there somewhere. I'm trying. Do you know women in your life that you would say don't carry their emotions, or not emotionless? Everybody has emotions, but wouldn't fit into whatever category sometimes women are put into of being emotional beings.
I'm sure they're out there, and some are more than others, obviously. But I think most of us, I'm going to speak for the tribe here. I think most of us lead a lot of our thoughts and our decisions through and because of emotions, for sure. I actually think I'm a fairly logical person, but yes, I have emotion clouding that all the time. But I think most of us are like that. You can't generalize everyone, but I don't feel like you are somebody who generalizes people, though.
I mean, people is the way to put it. I don't think you can do that with anybody. Any experience you've had with this person, you can't assume that just because they are whatever, a certain race, a certain gender, that they are going to be like some. Yeah, that's a.
And I think you're pretty good at that. You're pretty good at that.
That's a danger zone. Wow.
All right, this next one is women prefer to be called beautiful over hot. Calling us beautiful is elegant rather than calling us hot or sexy.
I think it depends on who's saying it.
And I was about to say it depends on where it's being said.
Yes. All true.
We need to break this one down a little bit. Nobody wants to, if it's someone right? If in a relationship with you, I call you beautiful, you look great, that's gorgeous, but every once in a while you put on a certain dress, certain heels, and you're feeling a certain way. And I think no, I'm not going to speak for you, but in that situation, it seems like saying sexy or hot wouldn't be unwelcome.
Yes, I agree. And coming from you, 100%. Now, if you only said that would feel weird, but you don't. I mean, I think women, no one wants to be over-sexualized, but yeah, to have your boyfriend or your husband or the guy who you're into say that an outfit makes you look hot or sexy, I have zero problem with that. Now, do I want a guy on the street saying that to me? No.
Okay, but the guy on the street saying you look beautiful, it's still a compliment about your physical appearance, but are you taking one better than the other? Yeah.
Yes. Well, I do think so. I've talked about this, and I've talked to my daughters about this. I know it's a huge problem, especially here in the city with catcalling and, unwanted attention from men whistling or saying derogatory things. And even if they're saying, "Hey, baby, you look great," I don't like that. But I've joked with them, and I was like, "Just wait till you turn 40." And then if someone says, "You look beautiful," you're like, "Thank you." Like it's a very different experience. And I'm not encouraging catcalling, and I know that it's derogatory, and I get it. My daughters both have complained about it, and understandably so. But I've just teased them. I was like, I hear you, but just wait.
Are you telling me did I hear that right? That catcalling at some point can feel good at a certain age if you're not getting those compliments that often?
I mean, because to me, it's silly. Like, I get it. I'm like, yes, I am saying that to an extent. I mean, it depends on what they said. But if someone wants to say, "Wow, you're gorgeous," I'm all about saying thank you and continuing to walk. Oh, wow. But some women find that offensive, and I get that. It depends on what the motive is, and you can tell from the guy if he's just being a jerk, and But if someone's genuinely saying well, just to pay you a compliment, I have no problem with that. But if they're saying it to, I don't know, make you feel like you're a sexualized being for no reason other than you're just trying to go to work, that's not okay.
How many is catcalling still a thing in New York? It is.
Oh,
really?
yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, Annalise will tell me it's this is kind of crazy, but when she said it, it made sense. She said when she gets the most catcalls and gets the most upset when she's on her city bike, because you're going by quickly, so they feel like they can shout things at you, and then you won't actually get mad at them or turn around because you're having to focus on biking. But she told me she gets the most disgusting comments thrown at her when she's on a bike because they can see her and they can call it out, but it's not as embarrassing for them maybe because it's not a slow walk.
What is the point?
Just
of yelling
don't know.
at a woman flying by on a powered city bike. I say powered because they go faster now. She's flying.
You would have to ask a man. I don't know why that would be fun or good.
Fun, good. What?
It makes them feel powerful,
Okay,
that they're
maybe
like
that's it.
objectifying you and they feel like they're in a position to judge. I don't know.
But they're not going to
Maybe.
get a date out of the situation.
I cannot imagine that ever happening in any instance. But there must be some power thing that they feel when they do that. I don't know.
So I can't remember which comedian it was. It's like the stupidest thing in the world to try to yell at a moving target. Like,
Wait, what do
can I
you?
get your number? What are you
Yeah, and they're not even asking for their number. Like
Just
they're
yelling,
just
so- oh.
yeah, commenting on body parts, etc. Like that's not okay. Yeah,
Entertainment.
yeah, they get bored.
All right. Yes. What else you got? What are we up to now? How many? We
I don't
got?
even know.
This is like 4 or 5.
Yeah. The next thing women want men to know is how important our menstrual cycles are and how they affect us. For example, we can be very different physically and mentally during the ovulation period and in the premenstrual period. I educated my boyfriend on it, and since then, he has helped me to cope with these fluctuations.
We can skip this one.
We've only been together in my medically induced menopause.
Yes.
So we've never had to deal with that.
That's why I say I wasn't just trying to skip the topic. It's just of no interest or use to me currently.
But you are going to have to be dealing with that soon as a father.
with Sabine,
Yep.
yes, of course. But we'll come up with a different list on that day. But until then, this is not something we deal with. What?
It's a moot point.
It is.
The next one is women don't want to be your mommy or your maid.
Oh, and honestly, you're coming out of this smelling like roses because because you are, and I've told you this is one of the many things I'm super attracted to you about is that you are so clean and organized and self-sufficient. You make your own, like not only do you make your own food, but you make food better than I can and for everyone. You clean up the food that you make. You are constantly folding laundry and doing laundry.
Right.
You were just scrubbing a bathtub this morning.
I was.
And I mean, I am so impressed.
Most of that laundry is,
It's-
a third of it's
And
yours.
I'm telling you, is it okay to call you sexy and hot? Because to me, that is a very, very sexy thing. Like when a man just takes it on and doesn't expect anyone to do anything for him. And I really think that is like super sexy.
How about this? I think most guys, yes, that's a compliment to be called sexy. To be called sexy for your laundry folding ability is not, sheesh, it's not going to be high up there for us, Robes. And that's okay if it's a super hot guy who's doing laundry. Cool. I know she still likes my body.
Yeah.
But if it's just a regular Joe and a woman gets asked, what do you love about your regular Joe? Man, he really knows how to use that Downy. I mean, that's not going to make him feel good.
Yeah, coming home, seeing Windex in your hands and a vacuum cleaner in the other. Woohoo! No.
Get on in here, Daddy.
No, you are really, really, really good about that. It's funny, when we worked together and we were just friends, I saw how you kept your dressing room and I took note of it. I was like, wow, this guy is clean and organized. I like that.
What was it? You said it was clean. It was two things. It was
Mommy or
mommy or
Oh, yeah,
maid.
you are
It's the
not
mommy.
like that at all.
Well,
no, and that's
what does that
ugh.
mean though? What
Like help
Expect to
me,
be-
like yeah, you just want like your wife to help dress you or help
Aw.
like I don't know, you just like a mommy to like, did you make your doctor's appointment? Did you like that kind of stuff? Like ew, no woman wants to do that.
Okay, maybe not.
Yeah, like feed me, make my doctor's appointment for me, fold my clothes.
Can I ask, is there some segment of the female population, and maybe even a significant segment,
Maybe.
that wants, appreciates to be needed in that way, to take care of everything because he can't dress himself. I need to do this for him. He's
No,
terrible
I don't
to-
think there's
that
any-
kind of a thing.
Maybe there's a part of some of us who like to feel needed, but that's different than having to be someone's mom. Like, I don't think there's anything attractive about that. And especially any woman who's actually a mom, we don't need another child. Like, that is just annoying, I think. I think that's a pretty general rule among women. I don't think any of us want a mommy our men.
Okay. But I do thank you for packing my lunches for me. Give us your last best 2 or 3.
We
Andy.
don't have a problem picking where we want to eat. The problem is that we want a little bit of everything.
Mm. So sometimes I do have a problem picking where I want to eat, but you've always teased me about this. I will say this. Women might not always know what we want to eat, but we know what we don't want to eat.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can just start listing them, and then I'll tell you, nah. That is true.
Well, the frustration comes. No, it comes. It's funny. We could joke about this, but conversation goes this way. Sweetheart, where would you like to eat? Like, anywhere sounds good. You sure, baby? You got a hunger for anything? Are you really hungry now? Are you a little hungry? Say, yeah, I can eat. So that's good. Get ready. All right. We sure? Nothing. Yeah, whatever you want.
Yeah, whatever.
All right. There's a new Mexican spot. I don't want that. That's what happens.
That is true. I know what I don't want.
Yes.
I don't always know what I want.
Yes.
Right.
But I've heard somebody's been telling me that for years. Pastor Bernard, actually, here in New York. He said, I know exactly what women want. And everybody was sitting up on the edge of their seats. They don't know. And that was his answer. That was it.
But they know what they don't want.
That is so true. Movies, you can name anything.
Yep.
But you all often lead with that. I don't know. Just pick some.
Here's something though that's so funny because, and I think a lot of women do this, and you have frustrated me, but I know what you're doing. I know why you're doing it. So any other women out
Everybody,
there,
look at their faces. They're
any other
nervous
woman
as
out there, when they're going to order, I want to know what you're having.
Oh.
And I want to calculate that into what I'm having.
God.
So I'm like, well, if he's getting this, maybe I'll get
Why do you do that?
Or even like a shared appetizer. You're like, I don't know, just tell me what you want. Just you order it. And that drives me crazy because I want to know what you're ordering first.
Why?
Because I want to factor that into what I order.
How does it factor into you want what you want?
No, because maybe we might share the appetizer. Or maybe if you're going to get the salmon or you're going to get something else that I might want, then maybe I could pick a little on your plate and then also get what I want. We could kind of share. But then knowing what you're getting might make me get something different so that we could have a bite of each.
You know what? I apologize for saying at the top of this episode that I disagree with you about simplicity. You guys are so simple. Just listen to your food order. That made perfect sense.
It did to me. Emma, did that make sense to you at all? You get that? Okay. And he will never tell me. Yeah. Right. He will not even tell me. He refuses to tell me what he's going to order.
See what you using my dish as a reconnaissance mission for your next meal?
Yeah.
Oh, stop. Y'all need to stop.
Yes. So anyway, TJ will never tell you what he's going to order until he orders it from the waiter. And I always order first. And I think sometimes you change your order because you don't want to order the same thing I order. So you get the advantage of hearing what I'm ordering first because you're being polite.
Woman always orders first, right?
Yes.
But you know why I do it? I don't want you to be influenced by me. I don't want you to give up something you might be wanting to order because you say, okay, he's ordering that, I can just snack on that. So just get the thing you want to get. Emma, why are you laughing?
Because she gets it. Because I want to factor what you're ordering into what I'm ordering.
What? Don't. If
I can't, I know. You won't tell me.
We're going to lunch right after this, okay? And we're going to work this out.
It's so funny. I remember at first when we first started going out to dinner together, I was like, so what are you getting? And you're like, just go ahead and order what you're going to order.
I never tell you.
What? You've never once told me ahead of time. Ever.
Wow. I don't think I have.
No, you have not. Wow. And you also don't like sharing. You don't like me picking off your plate. Which is another reason why you don't tell me.
Okay, so this is I guess we're doing okay. If our biggest, we really got worked up about food orders.
That's funny. All right.
What else you got, Eddie?
This next one is, we just want to feel pretty for our partners. If you make me feel like I'm the prettiest woman on earth, in your eyes, I will do absolutely anything for you. The second we don't feel sexy for our partners, welcome to a dead bedroom.
Oh, that was extreme. But I mean, I hear what she's saying, and that's true. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Compliments will get you everywhere. Or anywhere. Maybe we should edit that.
So, did I mention you look beautiful?
Compliments go a long way if they're genuine.
Yes. Okay. How do you make that determination?
You can find something you like about me at any point. There might be a lot of things you don't.
Did you just tell me I can always find something I like about you?
About anyone. I can find something I like about. I wasn't saying it just about me.
I'm sorry.
saying.
I thought you were okay.
I was saying that as like a point of reference. I think you can find something you like about anybody. But if you do it deliberately, manipulatively, that would be different.
Can you read that again, Eddie?
Absolutely. So it was, we just want to feel pretty for our partners. If you make me feel like I'm the prettiest woman on earth in your eyes, I will do absolutely anything for you. The second we don't feel sexy for our partners, welcome to a dead bedroom.
How do you make, and what he said, how do you make a woman feel like she's the prettiest girl in the world in your eye? How does a man go about doing that? What could possibly be done to? That's why I want to hear that line. Ian.
Oh, I mean, I just think telling a woman if you've noticed like something about her, like it could be physical, it could be even like something, I saw you did this and that was really kind that you did that. Just a compliment. I know they're saying pretty and I get that too, but if you like an outfit, if you like a hairstyle, if you like a lipstick color, if you like any of that, like that all, like I'll admit I fall prey to that it feels good. And when you feel good, you feel generous.
Yeah, everybody loves compliments. Everybody, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I love those earrings. Where'd you get those? The dangling one, yeah. Those you have.
I
wear those
don't even know.
Huh.
I got these from you.
I remember. Yes.
Yeah.
The shirt's working too. I told you had your cowgirl thing going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Those are my favorite jeans you're wearing.
I actually do know that.
See?
So when I pull the jeans out, I'm like, I know.
Got him.
That's funny. No, it works. See, we're simple.
That is so funny.
Mm-hmm.
That's a setup. You pull these out. Like I can see you looking like a villain in a movie. Like, you will not be able to resist these.
That's true. Yeah.
Those are my favorites.
Mm-hmm. I wear them often.
Give me one. So you often are the prettiest girl in the room. Give us one last one, Andy.
Ask them what they like sexually before trying things willy-nilly. Women are very different in what they like.
Oh, I just feel like that's awkward.
What, it's awkward to have this conversation
Both.
on mics?
Yes, but also I don't know how much I want to talk about sex before I have sex. We can have like a post, like we can have like a we can talk about it afterwards, but like to talk about it beforehand might feel very unsexy to me. I don't know.
Well, this one is also kind of ties in. Don't get too overtly sexual too early. It puts women off.
Yeah, because then you think you only want one thing. Right. I get that. Totally.
No. I'm just trying to understand the dilemma here. I think I'm hearing that right. You can't, it's saying a woman, I'll turn to you here. What that sounds like it's saying, you can't just go trying all your freaky stuff out without us having a discussion about it first. Is that what you're saying? The first one. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Would you agree that that's what?
Well, it depends. Like, how freaky are we talking? Like, I don't even know.
Everybody has a different scale.
That's true. And I feel like if there were to be something really out there, then yeah, there would need to be a discussion ahead of time. But I also could just stop you. Like, that's no. It's not happening.
You should have followed your first instinct and said,
that was too awkward.
This is awkward. Should have followed that first.
But wait, what'd you say, Emma? It's so awkward. Yeah. I'd rather deal with that in the moment and then talk about it later.
Really?
I don't really want to talk about it
Speaking
ahead of
of
time.
awkward.
Yeah, but I don't know. Talking about it ahead of time feels really strange to me. I mean, what are the freaky things we're talking about here? I don't even know.
Go right ahead. I mean,
no, I think awkward. Yeah, we should not.
But it makes a good point. What there are people who are into different things, and that's always a big moment in anybody's relationship. Once you, right, there's a first date, there's this, you meet the parents, you have sex, there are these milestones. That is one of them, and I know a lot of folks deal with that, but you can't. I don't know. Everybody doesn't have the same. It sounds like a joke, but everybody doesn't have the same freakiness scale. Right. This might be a normal weekend for you, and might be only on birthdays for you. You know. I told you I was just saying I can't talk to you.
Oh my goodness, that's hilarious.
To the point. It makes a good point. It makes a good point.
Yes, I'm sure conversation is always good, if necessary.
Okay. You want to end on that one, or you want to end on something?
Maybe do one more.
Okay.
One more.
I'm pretty much done with them.
Oh no! You saved the best for last.
But it does ask questions like, men, what's something that you would want women to know about you? So TJ, what would you want Amy to know?
Let's end on that. I like that.
You want to end on that?
Yeah.
I think this would be very, very. This is simple. We are simple, and I say that in that you all often, I find in some experience, and maybe this has happened with you in your experience, that you hold us to your emotional standard when things happen. So why isn't he more upset? Why isn't he being like this? Why doesn't he want to talk? Why doesn't that all these things, when sometimes it's just, nah, he said something, pissed me off, we got in a fight. I don't need to talk to you about how that makes me feel. Okay, he pissed me off, we got into it, had some words, it's over. But there's sometimes in the way we react and how we behave that I think sometimes is I'm trying to think of like a good example with you, but I that was the first thing that came to my mind.
So you're saying you truly don't need to talk it out. You truly don't need to think about how you're feeling, or you just choose not to because it's better and easier.
Oh no, it's just kind of how we are. It's I don't want to say it's right or wrong, but I think it's okay that we don't handle sometimes conflict and the way you all do, right? You come home, right? He was talking about it earlier with the talking, right? How long? 90 minutes for you to explain a story. It takes me 30 seconds.
Right.
That's okay. If I only tell you about my day and it took me 60 seconds, it's not because I'm holding back. That's all I got. This is what happened. He came in, pissed me off, went to lunch, came back.
Done.
Up at 6 a.m, got a meeting.
And we think, what's he not telling me?
And that's it.
Yeah.
There might be more detail. We just don't need that thing. It's like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You'll feel
I
like,
do.
what's wrong, baby? Well, what happened? Well, how did that make you feel? Well, what did no. It's over.
Yeah.
Time's dinner.
Okay. All right. So we're both simple then.
The only other woman in the room cackled to hear you say that. So that should let you know how everybody feels about that. Andy, we appreciate you with the list as always. And we want to end today by giving everybody a movie recommendation. We watch movies constantly, usually horror movies. We ended up talking to Andy about this one. I forgot. But if you have not seen it yet, this is one you turned me on to. You said, we need to watch it. And we did. And I recommend it to everybody. Late Night with the Devil. What is that actor's name? I can't remember his name, but you've seen him in plenty of stuff. But if you need a good horror flick, watch Late Night with the Devil. We'll start passing along our recommendations for movies because we have a lot of horror movies under our belt.
That one was under the radar for us, and it was just kind of like, let's just see what this is. And I just appreciated the creativity, the uniqueness of it, and then just the ending was pretty spectacular.
It was great. So we'll leave you with that note and that nugget. You got anything else for us, Andy, over there? Making sure we're good.
Nope.
All right.
Good.
All right. Well, folks, we appreciate you as always. You can find us. The official Instagram of the show is at Amy and TJ Podcast. You can find us on Instagram as well. It needs to get more active. I apologize.
Yeah.
We apologize. I won't speak.
We'll try to be more social.
Yes. But until then, folks, we'll see you.